Take my hand and speak to me the vows of promise I long to hear. I will say them back to you, my dear. I love you, I'll always be near. I'm your Rose of Sharon, lily of the valley, and I'll love you eternally. True love, that's what everyone is looking for. True love that will last forevermore. I can rest I'm in your care, knowing that together we will share true love divine. True love divine.
Hello, this is Debra Cohen. A special podcast today, a special episode of A Story and a Song. The song is called A Feeling of New. Isn't it wonderful when we get together in relationships and we can nurture that love and show it in different ways to one another and continue to do so throughout the years if you're blessed enough to stay that long with somebody that you love. But there are things in life, in this life especially, here in America, where the cell phone seems to take over much of the time in relationships. What I mean is going to a restaurant, I can see two lovebirds sitting there, and he's got his cell phone right there next to his hand on the table, looking at it while he's in between looking at her or him. And it just gives the feeling, if you are the one that's watching your beloved pay more attention to your cell phone, it makes you feel like second fiddle or not as important as the phone. I mean, who likes to feel that way? And yet it happens all the time. What has happened to our society when we don't seem to be aware of hurting others by not giving them your undivided attention? This all started with the advent of the cell phone. So I'd like to talk about it, make you aware of it if you're not aware, and hopefully offer suggestions as how to get back to the feeling of new in your relationships. This is Debra Cohen, and I will be right back after the station break. A Story and a Song podcast by Debra Cohen. Interfaith music. Every Sunday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Books. Music. Singing for life. How songs elevate in praise. Deeper mysteries of the soul. For all creation. It's the golden age of praise. Singing from your heart and your soul. Music, stories, and merch, of course, on Amazon. A story and a song about life. And again, this is Debra Cohen, and I want to just say as an introduction why I'm talking about this. Today I was running an errand for my husband, and he asked me to do an Amazon return at Kohl's, which is one of the places you can return things for Amazon. And this lady was behind me in a hurry. She needed to hurry up, and I quickly understood why when I let her go in front of me. And she was saying that she's taking care of her 98-year-old father-in-law who has dementia. And she started telling me all these signs that she noticed about him that led up to dementia. So some people don't realize that they're heading that way. And I'm not saying that the cell phone is to blame for dementia. That's not what I'm saying. But if you notice yourself having a hard time just doing one thing at a time, or if you find yourself talking to somebody in the same room, but you're looking at something else besides the person, well, let's talk about this, because it isn't the best way to communicate with those that you love. Now, the advent of the cell phone, particularly smartphones, has profoundly reshaped how people communicate, often in ways that detract from the quality and depth of our relationships. One notable shift is the tendency for individuals to prioritize their devices over face-to-face interactions. For instance, it becomes increasingly common for people to speak with each other while their eyes remain glued to their screens, scrolling, texting, or checking notifications. This behavior, while seemingly benign, is actually a sign of disconnection and can create feelings of disrespect and neglect. When someone is physically present but mentally absorbed in their phone, the subtle yet powerful cues of attentiveness and respect are lost. Communication is not just about words, it's about presence. Hear me when I say this. Again, communication is not just about words. It's about presence, eye contact, body language. Genuine engagement are all critical aspects of effective communication. When people are distracted by their phones, they send the message that the conversation, and by extension the other person, takes a back seat to whatever is happening on the screen. This shift in behavior has consequences. It can lead to feelings of isolation, even in the presence of others. People may feel undervalued or dismissed when the person they're talking to does not fully engage with them. In the long run, these small acts of distraction can erode the emotional connection between people, leading to misunderstandings, resentment, and weakened bonds. Relationships thrive on mutual respect, and showing up for each other in the moment is a cornerstone of that respect. When one party is physically present but mentally absent, the depth of the relationship is compromised. Moreover, this kind of disconnection can have a cascading effect on societal interactions. As technology continues to dominate daily life, the norms of personal communication are evolving in a way that makes deep, empathic connection more challenging. Face-to-face interactions become less about quality and more about convenience. And in a world that prioritizes instant gratification, the art of genuine conversation seems to be slipping away. Slipping away. Are you slipping away? In many ways, the cell phone has enhanced our ability to stay connected across distances, but it has simultaneously created barriers to the meaningful, nuanced conversations that are the foundation of a strong, healthy relationship. This dynamic calls for a balance, finding moments to put down the phone and give someone our full attention, honoring both the person and the conversation at hand. In addition to the issue of people disengaging from face-to-face conversations by focusing on their phones, another troubling byproduct of cell phone use is the increasing tendency to talk to someone from another room. This behavior, which may have once been considered rude or neglectful, has become normalized in many households in social settings. Rather than engaging in a direct face-to-face conversation, people now often use their phones to communicate across physical spaces, which can further exacerbate feelings of disrespect and emotional disconnection. When one person speaks to another from a different room, the act itself communicates a lack of effort or willingness to engage fully in the conversation. It's as though the speaker is unwilling to make the simple gesture of walking to where the other person is, choosing instead the convenience of talking without making a real connection. In this way, the phone has enabled a more passive, detached way of interacting, one that lacks the intention and effort that personal proximity and face-to-face conversation provide. The ease of reaching out through a text or voice message, even when in the same household, nurtures a kind of negligence in relationships. People are less likely to walk to the other room and engage directly because they know they can simply pick up their phones and expect an immediate response. This shortcut undermines the value of being physically present with someone and sends the message that the interaction doesn't deserve the same level of investment as if they were right in front of one another. The emotional impact of this can be significant. It can make the other person feel as if they aren't important enough to warrant the time or attention needed for a true face-to-face conversation. Furthermore, talking from another room can erode the depth of communication. When we engage with someone in person, we have the opportunity to pick up on nonverbal cues, tone of voice, facial expressions, body language that add richness to our interactions. Speaking from a distance via a phone strips away this essential layer, reducing communication to mere words, often devoid of the context and emotional weight they would carry in a more personal setting. Cell phones, by making communication more convenient and instantaneous, have created a culture where people may feel that they don't need to put in the effort to truly connect with others. This shift fosters neglect, not only in romantic or familial relationships, but also in friendships, workplace dynamics, and even casual interactions. Ultimately, this form of communication, while efficient, weakens the bonds between individuals and diminishes the authenticity of human connection. It further contributes to a society where technology enables convenience at the expense of meaningful, engaged relationships. When a husband speaks to his wife while she's busy cooking or engaged in other tasks, while he remains seated in another room, this dynamic often reflects more than just a momentary lapse in attention. It signals a deeper issue in the relationship. It can come across as laziness and a lack of respect, as it suggests that the husband is unwilling to engage actively or be present for his wife, even in a simple moment of conversation. Rather than making the effort to join her in the kitchen or wherever, where he could engage more fully in the conversation and share the space, his physical and emotional disengagement communicates a subtle disregard for her efforts and the relationship itself. Now listen up, people. If you are feeling like your toes are being stepped on, here's the key. This behavior is often rooted in a few different factors: entitlement, complacency, and a lack of emotional awareness. When someone is complacent, they may take the relationship for granted, assuming that their partner will always be there, regardless of how much attention or effort they invest. This can make it easy for them to fall into the pattern of lazy communication, choosing to speak from a distance or avoid direct engagement rather than making the effort to be present. In this scenario, the wife's role, such as cooking, taking care of the home, or managing various tasks, becomes a backdrop for the husband's detachment, which can feel dismissive and even hurtful. The wife may feel frustrated and confused because, from her perspective, the husband is not willing to make the effort to show he cares, even if he does buy her things. She may interpret his behavior as a sign that he does not value her presence, her efforts, or the relationship itself. This can lead to feelings of being unappreciated and disconnected. This lack of communication is a sign of a broader issue in the relationship. The husband may not be fully aware of how his actions, or lack thereof, impact his wife emotionally. He may be so accustomed to this pattern of behavior that he doesn't recognize it as a problem. Or he may have grown comfortable in the relationship, assuming that his wife will continue to accommodate his laziness without feeling neglected. Regardless, it is a form of neglect that subtly erodes the quality of relationships over time. Okay, now you've listened. If you're still listening and you didn't click me off, here's the hope at the end of the message. So let me take a sip of Joe while I say this. These are the following suggestions on how to correct. Wives, if you can't bring yourself to talk to your husband, or you've tried to, notice I said wives, but maybe there are husbands feeling neglected as well, especially if the woman is the breadwinner in the family. Maybe you've tried to suggest ways to correct this and he still doesn't get it. So let's listen to ways to improve communication. 1. Set boundaries for respectful interaction. The wife can ask for a small commitment, something like, "Can we talk in the same room when we're having a conversation? I feel more connected and valued when we engage face to face." And I have done that personally on Shabbat, or if you have time for prayer time, I ask my husband to please stop fidgeting and focus on one thing, me in the room or what we're saying to each other. Number 2, prioritize time together. It may be helpful to schedule moments of undistracted connection, such as sitting down together after dinner or turning off phones during certain times of the day. This ensures that both partners can be fully engaged in each other's presence without distractions or excuses. Now, we're able to do this during TV time, which is really good, although I don't mind if he has a business call and he has to pause for business. That's fine. Number 3, encourage emotional awareness. The husband may need some time to reflect on how his behavior is being perceived. A gentle but direct conversation about how it feels when he doesn't make the effort to engage, while recognizing his own habits, can open the door for him to become more emotionally aware of his actions. Okay. Number 4, mutual respect. Both partners must work together to foster an environment of respect in the relationship. The wife can also express her gratitude when her husband makes the effort to engage, reinforcing the positive impact that this has on their connection. Sometimes I reward my husband with treats, snacks, because he likes to eat sweets. 5, behavioral change over time. Changing ingrained habits takes time. Both the wife and the husband should set realistic expectations. If the husband agrees to make changes, the wife should offer her support and acknowledgement of these efforts, fostering an atmosphere of growth. Ultimately, communication is about intention, presence, and respect. When both partners are committed to making the effort to engage meaningfully, It strengthens the relationship and cultivates a deeper emotional bond. Looking someone in the eyes when talking to them is crucial for building meaningful, respectful communication. Scientifically, eye contact plays a vital role in how we connect with others. It helps regulate the flow of conversation, signaling attentiveness and fostering trust. Eye contact activates neural pathways in the brain associated with empathy, engagement, and understanding. Psychologically, it fosters a sense of validation and emotional intimacy. When we make eye contact, it communicates that we are present and fully engaged, enhancing the depth of the interaction. Research shows that when people avoid eye contact, it signals disinterest or even dishonesty. It can trigger feelings of rejection or neglect in the other person. In contrast, looking someone in the eyes during conversation promotes feelings of connection and respect, as it allows both individuals to better interpret emotional cues, such as facial expressions and body language. This fosters a deep understanding and connection that goes beyond words alone. In relationships, whether personal or professional, eye contact is a sign of mutual respect and emotional presence. When we fail to make eye contact, especially when distracted by a device or another room, we risk eroding the quality of our relationships. By prioritizing eye contact, we demonstrate care, attentiveness, and the willingness to truly connect with the person we are speaking to. In the end, true connection happens when we look into the heart of the one we're speaking with. Respecting people by speaking with them face to face, for it is in these moments of genuine engagement that relationships thrive and trust is built. So it brings me back to the song by Aretha Franklin. R-E-S-P-C-T, tell me what you think of me. R-E-S-P-C-T. So hey, I don't have that song, but I have this one here. So I'd like you to listen to this song that I wrote, The Feeling of New, because people like the feeling of new, even when it comes to people. Now, I'm not saying you need to go find a new relationship. I'm talking about, based on what I just shared with you, if you want to rekindle your relationship and have that special feeling that you had when you first met, it takes work. So now that you know what doesn't kindle feelings of new, I hope that you will change your ways and remember that words enough are not enough. To say to somebody, I love you, but acting disinterested sends a mixed signal to the one that you claim to love. Even buying things for that person, if you can't engage in communication, there's something going on there that needs to be corrected. Demonstrate not only with words, but with actions. And with that, I am going to share these words while you listen and think about what I said. And let's make our relationships even better. This is Debra Cohen. I thank you for listening to my podcast, A Story and a Song, which broadcasts every Sunday morning at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time on my YouTube channel at Energy Lifewave. Thank you for listening. Love the one you're with.
The feeling of new, the first time I felt your kiss, chills shivering down my spine, remembering the place, and the lights are still on, and I see you are here, but you are wandering away from me, dear. It's been a long love hopes, but now it's not clear if we will be together one more year. One more year. Deeper, let us go wandering together. Take every step in faith, 'cause we believe. Keep our eyes on the path before us, because we know our love will grow. Feeling of you. True, it's not easy, but in the deep we are there. Inside my heart is feeling that maybe you still care. Voices can carry us away, but I see you still stay. Our love will grow together another